What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling phenomenal today. Cancer, I don't know why everything's been having this little melodic tone lately. I think I'm about to just go start doing some karaoke or something. For those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Drive. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just incredible, Cancer. And it keeps us growing. Oh, let's go over Cancer. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. As I just stand outside with someone yesterday, we were looking up at another Cancer, as a matter of fact. We were looking up at the moon, just kind of talking, just talking lunar shenanigans at Cancer. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void, of course. All that, Cancer. And then, lastly, these readings that I do, oh no, Cancer, wait a minute. This is a general reading, not a one-to-one. I'm all over the place. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on the situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals. Feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Mars Day. Yeah, Mars rules over Tuesday, Cancer. And you know what? Normally this is the time to take action, Cancer, but maybe we need to do some meditating because the moon is going void, of course, today. The moon, I know that was elaborate, Cancer. The moon is going to go void, of course, at about 8:20 p.m., and that's going to be Eastern time. And then she'll be moving from Taurus into Gemini at on the next day, the 9th, at about 9:04 in the morning. So we're looking at about a 12-hour, 44-minute void of course time there, Cancer. And with the void of course is about recharging your batteries, doing some introspective work, just making sure that just everything's feeling well, Cancer. You know, with how much we feel, how many emotions that we may take on, not even just our own, but from others as well. And then also, it's a great energy for, or something to pay attention to during this energy, Cancer, is that your plans may be subject to unexpected changes during this time, and that also that people may be less likely to make decisions during this energy. So just something to pay attention to there, Cancer. And then look at the moon still chilling in Taurus, because the moon is very happy in Taurus. After our sign Cancer, the moon is exalted in Taurus. So this is a very, very harmonious placement for the moon. And hopefully you are feeling harmonious, Cancer, feeling a little more structured or a little more stable, because Taurus is about that stability. And that might be something that's on your mind, Cancer, you know, checking in as far as like, how are we doing with, you know, they good with finances as well. So it's like, how are we doing financially? Do we got enough for like a rainy day? You know, it's like, how are we feeling in our environment, you know, with our health, all this stuff, Cancer. And Taurus is also a sign of the five senses, you know. They have I feel like a heightened sense, like a heightened senses. So there's something, you know, treating yourself, Cancer, as far as like doing some, maybe cooking yourself a nice home cooked meal, or maybe going to having like a bubble bath, or even like an Epsom salt bath or something like that, Cancer. Light yourself some incense, put on some soft music, be just lovely. Just have an whole Empress Day, Cancer. And then what else? I think that's all I got on Taurus or Cancer. And then with us being in the last quarter phase, this is an energy of like letting go, of reflection, you know, of, you know, clearing any emotional and physical clutter as well there, Cancer, you know. And it's because now this, like, we got this, whatever this is that we set off during this lunar cycle, now hopefully that this thing has become like an integral part of your journey. It's like, now what are we thinking about what's next? You know, are we going to, like, is there in where we can improve off of that or do a little bit more based off this thing that we're doing? Like maybe we started on a workout routine, like we've been doing 1 mile, now we're going to do 2 miles, or we're going to pivot, you know, like kind of maybe working, excuse me, something else there, Cancer. So something to think about there with this last quarter phase. And then lastly, last few things. These readings that I do, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. Then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested in Cancer. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching as well. Very intuitive group, absolutely very cool energy, so I think you'll like them as well. Let's see what your general energy of the day is. Oh, look at you, Cancer. Little intimate energy here. Because you got the 6th card of Scorpios, which is bedroom card. And with this card, this is a card of, speaking of sensual, this is a card of sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasure, love affair, sleep, contentment, leisure, nap, sleep on it, alone time, oasis, retiring, dream time, astral travel, and call it a day. Interesting, Cancer. So the energy that's coming through here is the intimacy. And I feel like for some, it's like maybe we're in this place where we're trying to take things to the next level. You know, not even just like sexually, Cancer, but I mean, like, it's like we're trying to just like, maybe we're not feeling this sense of connection with, you know, this could be, you know, this could be with a lover, sure, Cancer. You know, maybe we're trying to go from just like maybe, you know, if we're just kind of, it's just like taking things to the next level here, Cancer. But I'm not just getting like a romantic vibe from this. This could be maybe we're just looking for. I just feel like it's like maybe for some, it's like we're looking for this energy to kind of like let people into like our private space in a sense, like being able to share those kind of more kind of personal things about ourselves. Maybe we feel that we don't have like an outlet. Like it gives me like this energy of like everyone kind of sees like the base you, Cancer. It's like, you know, when you even think about like your chart placements, it's like when you think about like your rising sign, it's kind of like your house, and then when you get inside, that'd be your sun sign, and then your bedroom would be your moon sign. And it's just like, you know, the moon energy is what we keep hidden. You know, it's like when people really get to know us, and our moon energy starts to really kind of lighten up and really kind of brighten up their Cancer. But it just feels like that maybe we don't have that, you know, in the sense of like, or feel that it's just like it's And I can get where that can kind of feel a little, like even, I'm almost even getting like a sense of loneliness there, Cancer. Even just like a sense, like it almost feels like maybe that no one gets us, or that maybe even, because with how much we do feel to Cancer, it could be that it's just like we may be worried to view that just because it's like maybe they won't understand those the feelings that come up, because sometimes, you know, I feel for a majority of the part, you know, Cancer's a pretty baseline, you know, but every now and again it's just like there's that one little spike every now, you know, that really can kind of throw you off, and it's just like, whoa, Cancer, what's happening? It's just like just let me go void a course for a minute. You know. But and maybe even for some, even one more thing, Cancer, with this, I'm gonna get some tarot on this, but it even kind of feels like too that maybe it's like we've been, it's almost like it's a little different than like we're looking for the intimacy. It's like for some, I feel like that's just like we're, it's almost like we're, it's almost giving me like this energy of like, well, where you may, it's like the other person may be giving more than you're giving, Cancer. It's like it's almost like that there's a you know, us being the crab, and there's like a shell around you here, and it's just like that you give enough that it seems like it's equal, but there's still not quite that reciprocity there. Let's get some tarot on this, Cancer, get a little more details. Thank you. All right, Cancer, let's see what's going on here. Interesting, Cancer. So you have the Two of Wands, the Ace of Crystals, and then the Moon card here. And I kind of feel like this with this energy, it's like we're, I'm almost feeling like with this, like I may need to pull a card on this Moon card here, Cancer, but it almost feels like with the Moon that it's like we're trying to, because the moon deals with like the hidden, the unseen, and things like that. This is Pisces energy, and it almost gives me that, like, this energy of a need to kind of explore this. For some, if this is like a relationship, it's like maybe there's been this idea of just wanting to explore more. I'm just getting like a more personal, like, kind of placements here, really kind of take things a little bit deeper, because I feel that with the, Scorpio energy is, it's when you get from Libra energy, that forming those bonds. Scorpio is what solidifies that, when we're having like joint finances, and we're talking about wills, and we're talking about, like, it's a different type of depth when it comes with Scorpio energy here. And that's where I feel like it's like maybe for some, we're like exploring kind of like uncharted territories here. And I almost feel like with the moon there's like this sense of it's like a sense of vulnerability here, and I feel like that's to be expected, Cancer. That's where I feel like where the magic happens. And it's almost feels like for some it's just like we like the idea of it, but there's still something here that doesn't quite feel safe about it. Not necessarily that you're in any kind of danger, Cancer, but it's just like that, like it's almost just like a fear of really kind of showing a different kind of side of you, Cancer, and really kind of taking that initiative, or taking that drive. There's like this some kind of hesitancy here. This could be for you, and maybe this could be with a person that we may, this might be something that we may be feeling, Cancer, maybe from another person. But yeah, but let me get a little bit more with the moon here, Cancer. Alright, Cancer. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the moon card is clarified by one of the special major arcana in this deck, the Flower of Life, and then you have the King of Stars, and then the Page of Stars. Hmm. And I'm almost getting with this energy here, Cancer. For some, I feel that there's this need with like the Page of Stars here. It's like the Page of Stars is where we're starting, and then we're gonna get ready to get to become this King of Stars. What's gonna happen is I feel it's like we're trying to to ground these connections, because the Flower of Life, where the other special card is the Self card, which you've gotten a few times, Cancer, but now this more so talks about the soul tribe. And that's what Pisces energy is about as well. It takes that energy from Aquarius and takes that a little bit deeper. That adds that emotional aspect to it. And I feel like that we're just like, maybe for some, we're in this kind of beginning stages of maybe learning to kind of trust, to maybe let others, to let others in, possibly, Cancer, to really kind of, and it's not like I feel like we're bearing our heart on our sleeve, Cancer, but it is like I feel that we're growing in a sense with this King of Stars. We're going from the page to the king. It's taking, the pages are like new opportunities. The seeds, the aces are the seeds here. So it's like we're taking that idea, growing this thing, forming these bonds, and really kind of, I feel like it's like building this healthy level of, and again, it could be with a partner. This could be with friends. However, this is looking, but it's like we're building just like these healthier, maybe relationships, possibly. Maybe starting something. Because I even feel like for some, it's like maybe we couldn't even felt like we couldn't even connect with our. Maybe this is like how we. It's like a group that we may have hung with in the past. Maybe it's just like, I don't know, the vibrations changing, Cancer is very, very interesting, or at least the thought of, excuse me, of, it's very interesting energy here, Cancer, but I do feel that it's one that will, because it is. I feel nice when you do feel like you can have that safe space to just be able to discuss stuff without judgment, and have that like it's hmm. And I'm just one more thing, Cancer, and just kind of take it as it resonates. But I almost feel like with the King of Stars and the Page of Stars here, that there is that maybe for some that there is this sort of maybe this age difference that may be happening here, and it's just like there's a sense of hmm. Hmm. So I've got one more for the Page of Stars, and it's clarified by the Eight of Stars here, Cancer. But yeah, I'm getting like maybe for some like we're maybe talking with an older person. Maybe we might be that older person, Cancer, and it's just like we're I don't know. It's like we're a dynamic shift is happening here. It's like maybe there's something that it's maybe we didn't think could be. Hmm. Just take that as it resonates, Cancer. Very interesting energy, but can you expect anything less from Scorpio? Let's get a little bit more on this, Cancer. Thank you. And Cancer, let's see what else we got here. Ooh, more kings, more aces. Ooh, and a little romance there. Cancer, the little Knight of Cups. So you have the King of Crystals, the Knight of Cups, the Five of Crystals, the Ace of Stars, and then the Two of Cups. Oh, in Cancer, the crystals are swords, and then the stars are pentacles. And considering that, what's going down here, Cancer, you got the Two of Cups, Knight of Cups here. I do feel that because the Knight of Cups for me is Scorpio energy, and I feel that there is this. Again, there's this bond that's forming. I feel like that maybe for some that there's this. It almost, it almost kind of felt like when I was even talking with that King of Stars, Page of Stars here. I almost feel like that for some, it's like with the Five of Stars. It's like we're afraid that maybe our ideas or that this these feelings or these thoughts or things would be rejected possibly with the Five of Swords, or I even kind of get with some others that there's this sense of it's like maybe this it's like maybe the people that we've known, maybe like I'm just thinking more so like maybe some past experiences where maybe some others might have shared this thing that maybe there was an intimacy thing, Cancer, or maybe this could be what you've told people that you've noticed that like you're it never quite seems to go to that next level, and it's I feel there's a need to kind of pay attention to that. If we, especially if we've been feeling like maybe we've been kind of like striking out, Cancer. There's just, I don't know, Cancer. There's like things haven't quite gone our way. I feel that there is a, there's like a pattern or something that's happening that we're, may need to get eyes on here. Whether, however this may be looking here. And I feel that hmm. Yeah, it's very interesting here, Cancer. And I'm also getting, I'm not sure if I had said this, but I'm also getting like again, like that kind of trust energy. I feel like there's somewhere here, it's like we may be, because I feel like almost like it's like a distrust of the heart, like that we feel that maybe we are the type to kind of like, and look at the Knight of Cups, he's always just mad in love. So like maybe we are the types that just kind of like either like just like kind of jump too fast, or get really invested in. I'm not sure, Cancer, but there's like an energy of like needing to trust the heart again. I even been kind of getting with like this Two of Cups, Knight of Cups here, and because the King of Crystals is giving me this energy of just like where we've gotten kind of cold here. We've gotten to this place of where it's almost, I feel like it's like where we're like almost like rejecting advances or something. Very, very interesting energy here, Cancer. Hmm. All right, Cancer. I think I'm. Hmm. Yeah, Cancer. I think I'm gonna move on from that. But yeah, I hope that I make that makes sense, because it feels like just kind of thinking too with like the Eight of Stars, that it's like if we get in this routine of either not opening ourselves to love, or not or maybe if we're kind of like closing things off, it just hmm even kind of, I don't know, Cancer, it does kind of give me a little bit of a, like, again, like a lonely energy too, or something along those lines. But let's get well, you know what, let's get some love advice from good old Venus here. Who better than to talk about some love, Cancer. Thank you. All right, Cancer, last little bit here. Oh, there you are, Cancer. Oh, and there's Venus. What's good? What? All right, Cancer. So you have the Chariot, the Empress, the Four of Crystals, and then the Three of Stars. And let's switch back over here, Cancer. Look at this. Look at all this love. See, Venus always comes through in the end there, Cancer. And with the Empress. The Empress, Venus, she's I almost feel like for some, it's just like with how kind of the Empress kind of has her arms kind of like out, like just kind of stretched out here. She's like, it's like that we do have like a lot of love to give, Cancer. I feel like this for some it's like, well, really, I feel like for all of you, Cancer, you got just so much love to give. But I feel that maybe it's just like where maybe for some it's just like maybe if we've had this fear of intimacy, it's there's a these relationships that happen that may have gotten us to this place of where we either are a little more cold, because both the King of Crystals in this deck and the King of Stars, like they give me a little just kind of give you a cold shoulder a little bit. But and I get where experiences can kind of harden us, Cancer, whether that be maybe we got just something maybe happened in the past, or maybe some kind of disconnect or something, and it gets us but I do feel that there is a those relationships things, they teach us, they they help us grow, Cancer, even when they may not span out like we want them or like we thought they would. But it does show us areas that we can put in some work, so that we can, I love that this girl's playing a harp, to kind of establish more harmony in our lives, to kind of readjust and figure out, okay, this is where this is what I this is what, because here's the thing too, I feel like with relationships, whether it be friends or otherwise, it's like even if things go south, it's like they teach you what you want in a friendship, because at some point things, or a relationship, because at some point things were fantastic, and then it'll also teach you what you don't like in a relationship, and then like where we're gonna put up boundaries next time, but it is still kind of finding that balance, it's like I feel like we want to be mindful of like going to extremes here, Cancer. Because even just thinking about, or talk about the king and queen of, or king of stars, king of crystals, like air and earth are they're opposites. The energies, they clash, and so I feel that there's a need to kind of find a more, like, maybe a more balanced approach to how we may be, and this could be even to like how we're even just like putting it, and I don't know, it's, yeah, very, very interesting, Cancer. But let me get a little bit more with the Empress before we wrap up here. Thank you. All right, Cancer. Interesting. So the another one of our cards here, Cancer. So the Empress is clarified by the Nine of Crystals and then the Queen of Cups. And that's kind of sort of like what I was feeling. Like this, it almost feels like for some that maybe again there's this fear of just like being vulnerable again, or like putting our feelings out there or something. Because of the cups in the cup suite in this deck, all of the cups are this in like the court cards, all of their cups are open except for the Queen of Cups. And I feel like for some it's just like it's again, it's like I get that fear of, especially if this is like a, of being intimate. I get that fear of, putting ourselves out there and being vulnerable, and having that possibly rejected or anything along those lines. But keeps us growing, Cancer. And it's not to say that everyone is going to be like that. It's because it's like, as you're, if we're thinking about like, relationships, it's like these experiences are getting both you and the person that you're destined to be with in like the same type of it's like it's the going through this stuff is going to get you to the place that you need to be, Cancer. Like, I wish that it's might be better words. I hope that makes sense, Cancer. But I think I am gonna leave that there. So yeah, very interesting energy, Cancer. A little kind of private energy, so I can see the a little struggle kind of getting in there. So, but if anything resonated with you, Cancer, give it a thumbs up. And share this if you know someone who's maybe dealing with either learning to how to deal with these intimacy issues, or maybe we've been with people who seem to, I don't know, it's like they seem to give us this cold shoulder here. I'm not very interesting, Cancer, but definitely share this, and then have all you Empresses subscribe, hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each week. And then lastly, Cancer, check your, since Venus is here twice, absolutely check your Venus and check your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, your Mercury, Cancer. Then come on over and check my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do videos weekly there with different themes, and it's a good old time. And all the housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, Cancer, so I can get you out of here, Cancer, and sharing your feelings with Three of Cups. I feel like for some, with this Three of Cups here, I feel like for some, I'm getting a couple things with this. For some, I feel there is, I feel like it would do you some good, Cancer, as it makes sense. To start, especially if we've been feeling kind of cooped up there for a while, haven't been putting ourselves out there, it's maybe not going with the intentions of love per se, but maybe doing what you love. I feel like that if we've been maybe kind of struggling with some things, like, I don't know, it's getting yourself out there without maybe that like intention of meeting someone, but it's like, let's say for example, if you like, let's look at the Empress on this big old flower. Let's say we like gardening, maybe we join a gardening club, Cancer, or maybe you're doing like a cleanup somewhere, and you just have to be doing your Cancer thing, just going around cleaning up, blah, 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 and then so you happen to run into someone, you get to talking about some things, you talk about the neighborhood, and then like something like that, Cancer. I know that seems a little, but universe is interesting like that. How you meet people in the most interesting of ways sometimes. But I also kind of feel like for some others, let me get your oracle card here, Cancer. Because the Three of Cups can be like a card of celebration, you know, parties, things along those lines. And I just feel like Cancer, if we've been... I just feel like there's an energy of if we're not feeling like we can, not necessarily commit, Cancer, but if we know that there are things that it's like being careful how what you start up and the intention that you start things up with, you know, with this, you know, it's almost with kind of like how we're sharing our feelings, Cancer. Because you got the 20th card here, which is the Lavender card, and this is the Weaver card. It's ruled by Mercury, and it just almost just kind of feels that like, because we are, I feel like, really good, Cancer, because we can feel emotions of others the way that we do, that we can create a very loving, nurturing environment and kind of. And again, I don't feel like this is malicious, Cancer, but I just feel that we want to just be mindful of how we're working with our energies, you know, because that stuff is. Just want to be mindful of that, Cancer. That's, you know, but I'm gonna leave that there. So, but you stay safe out there, Cancer. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else with this Weaver card? Thought there's something else here, Cancer, but I'm not quite picking up on the thing. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. But you stay safe out there. You know, that when we're talking about, you know, private things and whatnot, just be safe, Cancer. Especially, you know, and considering that the Empress is here, if we're not thinking about having any babies, Cancer, let's be mindful. But otherwise, you know, Cancer, the Empress is here, like twice. So, and you keep eyes on the moon, all these lunar shenanigans, Pisces. The moon has been going all over. The moon's been going around Pisces, Cancer. It's been, see, look, Pisces always causing trouble. But you definitely keep eyes on the moon. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.